live from the internet and recorded on March 20th, 2018. This is the Crystal Chronicle, the official and unofficial Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia podcast. This is episode number 3 of season 2. My name is Pierre, and as per usual, I am joined by my co-host. That would be Mark. Hey Mark, how we doing?
I'm good, Pierre. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So, I've been meaning, every once in a while I want to ask you some questions, and then I said, nah, I gotta keep it for the podcast. I keep my mouth shut, but I'm not really good at this, so I gotta ask you right away, how the heck did you get Shiva to 20 so freaking quickly? I thought, we were at 14 or something, I don't remember, and then you just went like, boom, and straight away to 20 within a matter of, 2 days? How did you do that?
Well, let's see. I got basically to part 6 and then used all of my stamina on part 6. And I kind of went back and forth between basically doing, because I think we were still in the double crystal maybe for a little while as Shiva.
Yeah, I think we were.
So going back and forth between grinding crystals and then leveling high level characters and then trying to level low level characters to get the stamina refreshes. So I didn't spend any crystals for stamina refreshes. And I don't really think I spent any books on double items. I think maybe just one book on double items, one kind of run through. But basically just using stamina, and then those well-placed stamina refreshes.
All right. Well, I was impressed. I thought I was doing great. And then, Twitter says, well, got her at 20. I'm like, there goes the challenge.
Yeah.
So anyway, we don't have any major news, outside the fact that there's an event going on right now. But in case you haven't seen it, there's a maintenance that's going to be happening tomorrow, or if you prefer, on Wednesday. The maintenance is only half an hour long, though. It's going to happen, I believe, around 8 o'clock. I should have written this down. 8 o'clock UTC, so that's like somewhere impossible time to translate. Yeah, 8 o'clock to 8:30 UTC. And they say that after the maintenance, the daily login bonuses will start appearing at 8 o'clock UTC. Now, if I did my math right, and I'm fairly sure I did it wrong, because I'm not too sure what time the bonuses come in. Right now, I think it's at like 6 or 7 my time, which is Eastern Daylight.
It's early. Yeah.
That means that the bonuses will start appearing 2 or 3 hours earlier than they were before. So, not a huge deal for...
Yeah, I always kind of assumed they switched over around midnight my time, Central. Because I get up at 5:30 my time every morning, and they're usually switched over.
All right. Well, if anything, you'll still have them.
That.
So,
yeah, I'm not too worried about it. But
so, if that it shouldn't be anything major. So just half an hour maintenance, and then you'll be back to your normal thing. Have we mentioned this in the tips and tricks? If you haven't used all of your what they're called the co-op bells, and you still have some of them, as long as your game is still active and you don't go back to the home screen, you can actually use them, and then once you go back to the home screen, you'll get your 5-bell refresh. Did we cover that?
Yeah. No, we have not. That's a good trick, though.
It's not always easy, because sometimes you'll wake up in the morning and for whatever reason, your game will be reset, or you went through other apps and anything. But, if you're lucky enough and you still have bells to waste, just make sure you don't go back to the home screen, and you'll be covered. And it's kind of ironic, because the daily quest will actually have flipped in. So as you waste those leftover bells, you'll still be completing your 5 lame-ish daily quests. So there's that.
Yeah, that's happened to me several times, where I get up in the morning, log on to the game, start playing, and realize I haven't gotten my daily login bonuses because I haven't gone back to the home screen. So, yep. There you go. Yeah, that's a great tip.
Now, from Zanarkand, so we've got Tidus who's joining the roster, and basically
Good old
he's
Tidus.
yeah, Tidus, Tide Pods.
Tide Pods.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Tide Pods from now on. But
Good old Tide Pods. He looks like he's had a few Tide Pods. Tidus. Yeah, he's not my favorite
he's not.
protagonist.
Oh, okay.
No,
But
he's above Waka, but
oh well, obviously anything that breathes and some stuff that doesn't is above Waka. Waka lover. He's kind of high rated in the meta. He's rated at level 3, which is supposed to be, there's if you look at that meta screenshot image, table they posted a while back, you've got SS, which stands for I have no freaking clue, S, and
Super
then
Saiyan.
oh,
Just regular Saiyan.
and then A, B, C, D, E, F. And F, don't look too far. There's only one character in there. It's the good old Saz.
And I think he got upgraded once his other weapon came back, or once his 35. Because at that point, when that thing was written, his 35 CP weapon had not been introduced.
So he's what,
And I
E minus now?
He's the next level up because I think one of Zaz's, and we can talk about this with this co-op event, because Zaz is one of the characters that gets bonuses. And I don't think you'll see any Zaz's in co-op, and if you do, you'll probably quit. You will see Steiners and you will see Tidus, but Zaz is really rough. And the really bad part about Zaz right now, and I'm guessing, I could look at it real quick, I guess, his 35 CP weapon may change this, but Zaz has a party buff, or excuse me, Zaz has an ability that buffs, but it is a targeted ability right now. So it is not a party ability. And if it was a party ability, he'd probably be okay, although he'd still probably be really terrible unless you're fighting bats.
Yeah, it's
tons of bats.
Attack boots, target 2 turns, attack up 2, and critical hit rate up 2. But again, that's one target. So, and you've got unless he's right now he's at my Saz is at crystal level 39. So maybe you can boost that by 1, but by default you've got 3 use of this. So by the time you go through each character, well, you'll kind of have wasted all of your ability attack boost ability uses. So I don't know. And
Oh yeah, Zaz's weapons are are terrible.
you mean the one that I got 4 copies of when I tried to
Well,
go for the Brotherhood sword?
His Altair mode weapon that we currently have, the 15 CP weapon, increases aim's potency, extends the buff, attacks up, and grants small defense.
See, limit break
But
here, limit break 3. I've got. Yeah, I'm going to sell them.
unfortunately, his 35 CP weapon, Spica, increases attack boost max by 1 use, which is okay. Improves attack up and crit up and extends their duration. Okay. Grants medium max brave up and medium attack up, large critical rate up. Turns HP attack into HP attack plus for 6 turns.
What's HP attack plus?
Well, so it turns his regular HP attack into a better version of an HP attack, so most likely it does more damage.
Yeah, but how? Right now the HP attack is whatever bravery you have. So
It probably just adds to that number, I would assume, or makes criticals up or something like that.
all right.
I don't have a good answer for that. Somebody could tell us maybe. But yeah, this is neither of his weapons, so that's really why Zaz is rated so poorly. Neither of his weapons make his actual ability target party, because his second ability is attack boost, grants medium attack up and medium crit rate up to an ally. Oh, here, I can tell you what attack
Yeah.
HP attack plus. I'm looking at it right now.
Well, M Dark.
1 hit brave plus HP attack with low action delay, after using attack boost. Oh no, so that doesn't really tell me anything, does it?
Yeah, well, MDart on Twitch is saying exactly what you're saying. One, it bravery and then HP. So I guess that's what HP plus means. It does one bravery attack and then attacks
Oh,
with
okay. Okay, yeah, okay. So it makes his regular HP attack a one hit brave plus HP attack. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. So sounds
With
like
low action delay, but it's not. It doesn't make attack boost a party targeting ability, and Zaz would be much more useful if that second command ability attack boost was target party as opposed to target ally.
what you think that with the abilities that they've given to Yuna with her special weapons making
Or Hope,
or well,
or Ico.
yeah, any of them. You think it would be a given, and especially with the game being so far along in Japan, that they would have fixed him correctly. But hey, sometimes you've got a head of cannon meat, and I guess that's what he is.
Yeah.
Okay, so going
Back to Tidus.
back to Tidus, his unique skill, Quick Trick. I don't like that name, Quick Trick. He's flipping tricks. 3-hit bravery attack with low cooldown. Low cooldown, yeah.
Well, after eating all those Tide Pods, he can't play Blitzball anymore, so he has to work the streets.
There you go. And his awakening. So basically, his level 20 skill is Slash. It's a 2-hit bravery attack, medium chance to lower enemy speed for 5 turns. And his armor is Rainbow Shield, which is kind of weird because I don't remember Tidus even ever be near of a shield in.
Yeah, he a buckler. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
absolutely
he had a
correct.
shield. Yeah.
Has a maximum bravery plus 220 and attack power plus 72. How do you like him in DFFOO? Did you have a chance to level him up? Did you?
Yeah, mine is level 30. Maybe I've not. I've played with some fully upgraded Tiduses with his. We're going to talk about his 35 CP weapon. So I have played with the best version. Mine is not. I don't have any of his weapons. I'm not drawn for any of his weapons. He's kind of like a poor man's Van, a poor man's Squall, poor man's Cloud, I guess.
Really?
He's not quite as good as any of them. His attacks don't do as many hits. The lower speed is good, and the fact that he has a 35 CP weapon right now is really good.
Yeah, besides Cloud's special Dissidia NT weapon, is that the only CP35 weapon we have so far?
Correct. Yeah. So this is the second. Well, this is the first in-game 35 CP weapon. Yeah. And I think we're getting it actually earlier than Japan did. I don't believe Japan got these weapons as early. I may be incorrect.
No, I believe you're right. I think we're getting a few things ahead of time.
Correct.
Compared to Japan, especially if you compare to FFRK, where anything that came out in Japan was almost straightforward, either skipped or 6 months later. See, again, MDart on Twitch, thank you very much for your help. He's saying that Japan did not get them till Remza, and Remza is a couple events down the road.
Yeah, on his way.
So
I'm assuming, which is good. I'm assuming that the American team or the English version, global version team, excuse me, it is global, not just from the Americas. But I
typical
assume
American.
The global team,
if it's English, it's totally us.
Yeah, screw the rest of you. Anyway, your stupid countries with your great presidents.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm assuming that they realize that the Japan game has been out, and people who are going to spend money on this game knew that they needed to wait for the 35 CP weapons. And so, yeah, you were going to get some people draw for their favorite characters, but people were going to start hoarding gems for those 35 CP weapons. So I assume there was no reason for them to hold them back at this point, knowing that they could probably cash in on having the 35 CP weapons now as opposed to later.
All right, so let's talk about that draw event. So we've got for Tidus, we've got the Astral Sword, which is a 15 CP sword, which increases the potency of quick hit, grants small attack up and small speed up for 3 turns. Just to make sure, when they say increases the potency of quick hit, and this is gonna sound super dumb again, not native English speaker. What do they mean with potency?
It's strength, it's power.
Oh, there we go. All right.
So yeah, that's here in. So is this? Are you talking Astral Sword or Brotherhood?
No, I started with Astral Sword so that we can get it
Yes.
out of the way and then drool over Brotherhood. So Brotherhood, that's again Tidus, 35 CP, turns slash to slash combo, a bravery plus HP attack, and lowers the action delay. Increases the potency, that's strength, those of you wondering at home, potency of speed down, raises its success rate, and extends its duration. Inflicts small attack down and small defense down for 6 turns. Now you're going to tell me that this is not an awesome weapon? That you are not tempted to draw on that?
It is. I mean, it makes this ability makes Tidus much more usable and much more of a force than he would be otherwise. But again, I'm still.
You're not a
I'm
Tide
still
Pods
going.
fan.
Yeah, I'm still going. Should I wait as opposed to spend it right now and try to get Astral Sword and Brotherhood, and then I have to, if I want to use the Astral Sword, then I have to fully limit break that, and then fully limit break the Brotherhood. And do I want to invest that much in Tidus? No, not really. There are better characters right now, and I'm not a huge Tidus fan. So, I mean, if it was a character I really, really liked, I would probably say, hey, I'll go all in. And I've noticed that. I mean, I noticed that with Ico. I'm noticing that with Tidus. There are a lot of people going all in, using all of their armor tokens to get the other 2 sets of armor for Ico now and for Tidus. And right now, they're great characters. 6 months from now, less so. There are going to be a lot of other weapons. So I mean, if you have if you're that invested in the game and you're putting money into it and everything else, or you're just really lucky and trying to draw on as many banners as you can, then yeah, I mean, go ahead. I wouldn't necessarily encourage anyone to chase this. I'm not sure that anything right now is really worth chasing until we, get some of the higher tier characters. I think if we get I don't know what's going to be on the next Cloud banner, if it's going to be organics and the new weapon, or if it's going to be the other stupid weapon and the new weapon. Because if it's organics and the new weapon, that's going to be a really good banner to go after. People are saying Rams is really good too, so he's coming up.
Yeah, he's coming up really quickly. I think in the next, not second to come, but the third event to come or something like that. So he's definitely quick in the pipeline. We've got Fastcard on Twitch saying, by the way, Square's Joshua, I think SQ that means Square, Joshua told us that the official pronunciation for Tide Pods is Tidus, so Teedus. So we're gonna.
It is Tidus, and that's who voiced him in the English dub. It's he's a famous voice actor. What's his name?
Couldn't tell.
It's gonna kill me. It's really gonna. He's a Clone Wars. Yeah, James Arnold Taylor. He's a Clone Wars guy. And so he's Ratchet and Clank. He's Tidus. He's Obi-Wan in Star Wars. So I mean, he's a fairly decent. He's Leonardo in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Several very, very well known.
Wait, so the guy who does Obi-Wan Kenobi is the same guy that voices Tide Pods?
Yeah,
that is.
But
wow,
yeah, the official
mind-bending.
The official name is Tidus. I just hate it. I just hate it. Because in both versions, in Japanese and in English versions of the game, no one ever actually speaks his name. But I remember a long time ago hearing an interview with James Arnold Taylor talking about it, and him saying that's how they pronounce the name, and then Square, because I think in maybe one of the early Dissidias they actually call him by name, like Seymour or Sephiroth. Somebody calls him by name, and it's Tidus.
Okay.
Which again is stupid. It's a stupid name. Why wouldn't it be Tidus? I mean Tidus. I've got little kids learning how to speak and everything. So I'm trying to figure out how TID is Tidus. Tidus Tidus. That's even worse. Tidus.
I mean, you look at that name, and in French we would say Tidus. So I mean,
that's even better. I think
so
that's
maybe that it's got a little French twist in it, so it's Tidus.
How about ha ha ha?
No, that's all right. Moving on. So for the Tin Man, that's Steiner. We've got Rune Blade, which is not a new weapon. It was in the first banner, I believe, the one with the 25 characters. Increases the potency of Power Break Final Fantasy IX and raises the success rate of attack down and extends its duration. And finally, the Altair, that's Saz Guns. Increases aim's potency, extends attack up duration, grants small defense up for 4 turns when the target is debuffed. So I pulled on that banner first with with the full for an 11 item, and I got 2 Altair, and I already had one from the 25 character banner. So I figured, it can't go any worse. So I started flipping single draw tickets on it, and I got a 4th one.
Yay! You win.
So
fully limit broken.
Yeah.
No, that's ridiculous. And that's really my main issue with this banner. So we have that very tempting 35 CP. Now, if you go, I don't know if you've gone into the draw info.
Yep.
It actually tells you the rates. So you have a 25%. So you have a 100% chance to get 1 5-star, which is wonderful. How many months or years was it before we got a guaranteed 5-star in FFRK?
Oh, it took a very long time.
A year and a half, almost 2 years. So wonderful that there's 100%. So in that 100%, you have, I believe it ends up being about a 90% chance to get one of the banner weapons, and then a 10% chance to get something off banner. So of that 90%, you have 25% chance to get Altair, 25% chance to get Rune Blade, 25% chance to get Astral Blade, and only a 12.86% chance to get Brotherhood. So the 35 CP weapon is a diminished chance. So it's not an equal chance to get all of those weapons in the first place. So you have a banner with 3, so with 1 decent character, Tidus, and 2 fairly bad characters, Steiner and
Steiner ain't
Saz.
Actually that bad. He's pretty cool.
Steiner is going to be really useful for this event. Besides that, his usefulness will wane. But not top tier. 2 not really top tier characters and a kind of high but not real high character. So it's a tricky banner. I mean, it's definitely not a banner that I would encourage people to go all in on, but maybe a draw or 2 if you're interested, or use. I've just been using my single tickets on different banners just to try to give some different options. So my single tickets from the events, I just pump them in, and maybe that's not the best thing to do, but I have not spent any gems in quite some time. I'm sitting on 33,000.
Wow.
Right now.
That's impressive.
So. And again, I'm kind of, I mean, it's going to be a while, but I'm looking for Squall, Yuna, Van, Cloud. I mean, I already have Squall, Yuna, Van, and Zidane fully maxed out with their weapons. I don't have organics, and I don't have the NT for Cloud. But if there was a banner with organics and his new weapon, I think I'd pull on that. So besides that, I mean, it's going to be really hard to tempt me into something, different. And I'm not really obsessed about getting 2 million points on all of the co-ops. If I was, maybe I'd be more tempted to do some draws too. So
I don't know about you, but I've got absolutely no time to get that far. I got Baltier's 1
yeah,
million point, and that was it. I couldn't see those mechanas anymore. I couldn't. It's too much, and especially there's what I think it's just like draw tickets at this point that they give
yeah,
away.
yep,
So it's just terrible.
yeah. I want the armor points, obviously, but I'm not going to kill myself to get a whole bunch of them if I don't have the time to do it, and if I don't have the right character. So I have Bart's for the. I have a fully upgraded Bart's for the ICO co-op, so I've been running that when I can. And I have I'm working on my Steiner because Steiner is actually really good in this co-op if we want to switch over to co-op. Or were you going to draw again on that banner? I would.
I'm just gonna spend some tickets real quick.
Tickets, okay.
Okay, I've got like 3 tickets, so let me do that real quick. Um,
I did spend my tickets before the show, and I got a Steiner weapon. So that's why I'm using Steiner because I got Steiner's weapon. I already do have Zaz's weapon, but I did not draw another one. So I did get a 5-star on my tickets, which is nice.
all right,
Not
so that was 2 3-star, and the last one. Let's see. Come on, all there, all yeah, another 3-star. So all garbage.
There you go.
All right. So before we talk about the co-op, I have a question. Did you complete the level 50 quest? And did you clear it? Well, obviously you've cleared it, but did you complete it like no break and nothing?
I think so. Let me look. Let me check real quick.
Because that thing is infernal. This morning I was trying to clear to complete it, and
Yeah,
I was emptying the dishwasher, and as I kill Seymour, I put the phone
yeah,
down and start doing things, and I go back and he's standing there in full
yeah.
HP. I'm like, what the hell? And then he wiped my party. So I finally cleared it earlier, but getting a no
Yeah, you
break,
have to go no breaks for that.
that's, I mean, with Laguna twice, it's pretty hard because he's,
I I did not take Laguna. I thought about it because of the mobs that you have to fight before
no, I
him and
mean,
then
he's
the
in
mobs
the
with
other
him.
party.
Oh yeah, no, that's really you're right. That first battle with Laguna
And
having the
Sephiroth.
AoE attack and Sephiroth, yeah, that's really hard to avoid getting a break on. You basically have to either hope you can kill Laguna or just hope that Sephiroth doesn't do as much damage. I think I just how did I do it? I must have done it because it's cleared.
Well, it cleared or
uh,
completed. That's
it's completed. It's
okay.
completed. I got complete. Complete. You can look at my complete.
Well,
So
we're
you
not
know I'm
seeing
not lying.
anything, but we'll take your word for it. CMT Dart says there we go, complete.
Complete.
So he says have Laguna go before Seth or else you get broken. So,
Yes. Yeah. So right. So
and not just that,
that's just gonna luck.
you know,
Yeah.
once I killed what's his face? Once I killed Seymour and he respawns, I mean, it's like the Shiva, the last battle, Shiva EX or something like that. By the time I get at the end, I am all out of abilities. I'm
Oh, out of
just
abilities. Right.
so it's yeah,
I was not anticipating him respawning either.
yeah. It kind of took.
He doesn't. Thankfully, he doesn't respawn in the level 70 quest co-op. He
Okay,
does respawn in the level 50 co-op or single player. You can do that co-op, right? The 50?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, so that would be a if you're having trouble with that, you could co-op. That might be, depending on the day and who you get, that might be helpful. It might not be helpful either. I'm Mr. Kitty. Mine is here. Both of mine are here somewhere, hanging out. But one was on the table just a second ago.
For people listening to this and who don't have the incredible luck of watching our faces live on Twitch or on YouTube after the event, I've got my cat Tokyo here that wanted to say hi. So there you go. Leave me alone. Yeah, a lot of people on Reddit are saying that the level 50 is actually a lot harder than the level 70. Has that been your experience so far?
Yeah, how many times have I beaten I don't think I've done the level 70 more than once or twice. I mean, the level 70 is not easy, but it's I would say, yeah, in terms of trying to get through the level 50 without getting broken, especially with Laguna's AoE followed by a tough Sephiroth hit and then Seymour respawning, it might be more challenging depending on where you are and who you have. I think it is still important at this stage in the game to really have a solid A team versus having everybody leveled up so you can do really well in the co-op. I think the rewards are still going to be more important to get through the regular quests. But again, the armor tokens are really significant. So
yeah, I was going to say, if you try and go in co-op with anything else, maybe except for Ico and where you can bring Cloud, but if you try to go in the any co-op with anything else in the 3 characters that are associated and that have synergy for that co-op, you're going to get booted really, really quickly.
Unless you're hosting.
Well, people are just going to jump ship
right
as soon as
right.
which is what kind of surprises me with the Ico event. Like, I'll host something as Ico, and then like Bart's or the other one will join, and then another Ico, and they'll all be ready. I'm like, no, we cannot do this with 2 Ico. What the hell is wrong with you?
There's no 2 Icos.
So luckily I have the lady all leveled up, so I can just flip to her. But it's just kind of weird how people will kick you out if you have a summon that's not 20 or a character that's not synergized. But yeah, sure, let's bring an all Ico party and yeah, we'll knock this out.
Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible idea. Yeah, I mean, the game does, and I think that's cool. The game is designed for you to have as many of your characters leveled up as possible and to have a good selection of weapons for different characters, because those weapons get synergy too. So level 20 weapon, as we said last week, is equivalent to a level 35 weapon if it's got synergy. So you'll see, so like right now I'm working on Steiner, because Steiner is really made for this co-op. Steiner has a cool Brave attack, and he's got a Brave plus HP attack, which is nice. And, of course, he's got Synergy, which is nice. But a lot of his attacks and his passive abilities in his strength levels give him boosts when attacking humanoids.
Yep.
So Power Break does extra damage to humanoids. Spellblade does extra damage to humanoids. And several of his passive abilities, I think his level 100 passive ability, if I can pull it up here, his level 100 passive ability, Warrior's Bird, no, that's not it, or his level 45, Maneater, deals slightly more brave damage to humanoid attacks. Oh, and I have enough, no, I don't have enough for it. I'm right, I'm at 44 Crystal Strength with Steiner, level 35, level 44 Crystal Strength with a level 20 weapon, so... Yeah, so I mean, I'll bring him in. Yeah, no doubt.
But no Saz.
I will not be bringing in Zaz or Dodge or Choco Chick to the party.
Did you end up doing a little crystal leveling on Saz, or he's still your only level 1?
All right, so where am I in terms of my party? So I have I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 level 50 strength characters. So 16 crystal strength 50 characters with Steiner at 44, Furion at 47, Edge, is that Edge? Yeah, Edge at 45, uh, Old Man Golaf at 45, uh, Mary at 49, and everybody else is at 20 or 25 or 30, besides Waka is 15 and Tidus is 1. So they're both blue crystals too. So Zaj is level 20.
Wow.
So once I grind some blue crystals here, everybody should be at least at crystal strength 20. Waka's at 15, Tidus is at 1, everybody else is 20 or above.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And I'm at 6, 9, 12, 13. I am at 13 characters, 50-50.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So,
I only have so I've got 16 level 50 typical level characters. Although I have Ram, Cecil at 48 and Yuna at 47, but in terms of 50-50 characters, I only have I've got 9. No, that's not correct. I've got 8, and I have Tifa that's at 49. Aiko that's 48, and I've got Stupid Face Zidane that's at 49, but that's because I refuse to get him to 50 because his level 50 ability is
yeah,
just
it's not
plain
great.
silly.
It's not great.
Um, so last week we talked about summon, and
Summon.
we had a question from Geno7 on YouTube, and he asked, "Can you guys give tips on summons, specifically when to pop summons for more turns?" And
Yeah.
before we get into it, I asked that question on Twitter and Facebook, and someone was kind enough to respond. That was Tog, and he said, "Just before the last fight, to gain full initiative, to disrupt the boss from breaking your friends, to skip a phase of it, to give your team time to trap it, like Aiko's boss versus Cloud's Paralyze, and as soon as possible to shorten the turn count to get a good score. Launching services, charge them." Launching, I believe he meant leveling skills. No, launching skills, charge them. Oh, basically, do it each time you do a turn, they get charged up. So
Yeah.
what's your take on summons?
Well, in I can tell you in one co-op I just did when not to use your summons.
Sure,
So I
what's
believe
that?
it was so it's the Ico enemy that's the ghost, right? That you can't hit him and then he becomes you can target him once. Well, you can always target him, but you can't actually hit him until the two other ghosts are dead, right?
Yep,
That's the priest, right?
yep, that's correct.
So yeah, so I was doing that co-op maybe today or yesterday, and someone launched their summon right as we defeated the other two ghosts. So right when you defeat the ghost, he drops his dodge, he casts a spell, and you basically have 10 turns to attack him before he does anything, because he doesn't do anything until he resurrects those other two ghosts. So someone popped their summon like before we had even acted on any of those turns. And so he basically we were going to be able to kill him after that first respawn, and they popped their summon. And if they had just waited to pop their summon and do a summon chain at the end, we would have killed him. But he got to respawn again, and it almost cost us the match. We did beat him, but
So wait, that means that if you if you pop your summon and you're not like you already had these 10 turns, the 6 summon turns will take the place of 6 of the turns you were going to have.
I don't know 100%, but I don't believe you get your best bang for the buck if you do it beforehand.
No, that wouldn't make sense. I'm just trying to, make sure I understood what happened to you. Um, so basically, the technique here, especially for that boss, would be to wait right until he's about to respawn the characters, and then what we did in all the battles I've done so far is one right after the other.
Right.
We do our
Yeah.
summon, and he doesn't usually get a chance to respawn them twice. So
Yeah, correct. And that's what you want to do with that one, and it probably is going to be situational to how to use your summons. I think if you have a good opportunity to break everybody, that's a good time to use your summons. I like to use the summons when you have the opportunity to break a boss's brave, because then that gives you boosts and gives everybody boosts, and you're not wasting that break opportunity on something else. But yeah, you don't want to. I don't think you want to move into a summon if you have 5 or 6 turns in front of you, whether you're doing solo or co-op. You want to wait till you guys are, lower on the running out of turns, or use it more strategically, like you said. Let somebody use their HP attack who's going to get targeted next turn, and then pop the summon so they can't get targeted, or etc. I think you just have to pay attention to what's going on. You don't pop the summon just as soon as it is available. You wait till the right moment to use it, and want to make sure you get the most efficient use out of it too, by trying to get some extra turns, or kind of see where the chain would happen so that you can get, all three of you can use your summon. I mean, that's really what makes the co-ops a lot easier, is you have 3 summons as opposed to one if you do it solo. Because you can do the 70 solo by using a bell. I don't know if you know that. You can go in to host an event, and instead of doing co-op, you can just solo it.
yeah, but
Uh,
it's going to be a lot harder.
it is a lot harder, yeah, because you only have that one summon basically, as opposed to 3 different summons.
Amdar on Twitch says that if the summon breaks the boss, you don't get or the enemies, you don't get the break bonus. I don't believe that's been my experience, but it
Oh,
could
you may just get the bonus from the summon,
that
right?
yeah.
You get a bonus from a summon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think now that I think about it, I think you're correct.
Yeah.
So it might be something, break the boss or the enemy first, and then because I like to use it when my bravery is almost full, so that when I actually cast a summon, my bravery will go over the maximum
Yeah, right.
limit
Over your
from.
max, sure.
And as we've said in the last episode, even if you don't use your HP attacks by the time the summon ends, you won't lose that extra bravery that you've
Right.
attained. So you'll be able to do these HP attacks right after the summon if that's required. So if you've got an enemy that's got a lot of HP left, well, doing these strong HP attacks might actually pay off a lot. So
Yeah. Another good opportunity to use a summon would be if you're going to launch a boss. So if you're going to launch a boss into the air, right, and everybody has a decent HP, or if everyone has a decent brave, or even not, but if basically it's your turn and then the boss's turn, and so if you launch them, you're the only one
yep.
that's going to get the bonuses. You can hit into a summon and then launch the boss, and then your other 2 party members will get the chain bonus.
Besides abilities such as Cloud's final whatever thingy, and Sissel has one like that as well. The whole launching the enemy thing, is that do we know if that's totally random, like when it happens or why it occurs, or
I believe, from what I've heard and read online, that it is conditional depending on the boss or the enemy. So certain enemies you will launch if you do so many attacks in a row, or a certain type of attack in a row, or a certain sequence of attacks. So some enemies might be if you do 3 brave attacks in a row, then you can launch them, or 3 HP attacks in a row, then you can launch them, or some kind of combination of that. So I don't think it's random. I think there is a pattern to it. But yeah, there are certain characters who have those, and that's that is a kind of cool thing about Cloud. He does have that, although it doesn't have a lot of uses, but in terms of the number of uses, it doesn't have a lot of uses. But it does shoot the enemy up into the air, so using that strategically is really important too.
Yeah, well, it's one thing, a killer duo that I've been using that's actually pretty badass is Sissel that can uses Valiant Blow to blow enemies away, and you team it up with Ram that has Cure. So as he uses these HP stealing abilities to launch the boss, you follow
Mm.
it up with Ram that will cure him up, and you can actually do uh, that attack at least 3 times, or as many cures as you have. So that's actually a pretty effective duo that I've been using in different fights. So just a little advice here in case it's needed.
Yeah.
Um, all right, and let's see. Moving on to something that we've been pushing in the last episodes. I think, Mark, you wanted to talk about the Japanese weapons and armor and what we should be looking forward in terms of cool weapons and armor coming up.
Well, I think we're already seeing it very truthfully, and that's the 35 CP weapons. We're not going to get a lot in terms of armor because you have the armor in terms of the armor gallery or whatever the armor store, the armor point store. What's that called?
The AT exchange.
AT exchange. Okay. Yeah, so that's the best armor right now, and I don't believe there's any different armor in Japan currently.
I don't think so, no.
But we're going to start getting now 35 CP weapons. So our current weapons are 15 CP, and they go up to 35 CP. Our new weapons are 35 CP and go up to 50 CP. And of course, that's more important as you get more abilities and as you use artifacts to give yourself more abilities. And if you want to try to use these new weapons abilities and you have to equip the old weapons passives or affinity abilities, well, that costs a lot of CP. So
yeah, it's not cheap at all.
No, it is a lot. All those affinity abilities are 20 CP once you fully limit broken a weapon for that. So yeah, I mean, is there any? Again, I don't know the order. It'd be interesting to see. I don't think we have a
let me
list anywhere.
Yeah, let me check.
What's
I
coming
might
up.
have something here.
I know Ramza is coming up, and if we get his weapons. What kind of silly thing does Ramza use? Platinum Sword.
All right. So yeah,
Ramza's. Oh, go ahead.
The next events are actually going to be at the beginning of April. That's Preesh. Then it's going to be Faris from Final Fantasy V, and then at the very end of April, it's going to be Ramza's event, and he's going to be coming on with the Platinum Sword and Broadsword, and then Zidane is going to have the Butterfly Sword, which I believe is his 35 CP weapons, and the Zwill Crossblade, which is the one we already have.
Yeah, so tell me. So what's the order of characters? So our first one is Preesh.
Yeah, Preesh.
Let me see what she. Is that she or he? That's a Final Fantasy 11 character, right?
I'm not.
Yeah, that's the Final Fantasy 11. I think, right? So I'm just trying to see where they fall kind of on the tier list. So Ramza is S tier in Japan. So Ramza's rated very high. I don't even see Preesh. I'm looking for her on this list here. She's kind of looks like a bunny chick like Fran. Where are you, lady?
Um,
It's
yeah.
not looking good. It's not looking good for her. If I can't find her on the list.
Yeah, I can't find her either. But there again, I'm not sure what she looks like.
And who is the next after?
Ferris, Final
Oh,
Fantasy. Yeah.
Ferris, Pirate Ferris.
Yep.
So what's Ferris's? Does she have purple hair in her?
Yeah, I believe she does. Okay,
Ferris,
let's
Ferris,
see.
Ferris, Ferris. This is great
Yeah,
radio.
we're doing super well.
Looking, trying to find what these characters look like.
Oh, actually, Ferris doesn't
Oh no,
have.
she does not. She has blonde hair,
Yep.
or yeah, something like that. So let me see where Ferris is.
Okay.
I don't see Ferris
Okay,
either.
so Preach is
Not really.
actually rated S.
Okay.
So that's actually pretty
Oh, there
high.
she is. Yeah, she has different hair coloring in this. So she's rated S.
And
And Ferris, do you see Ferris on
Ferris.
there?
I'm looking for Ferris. Uh, I mean, at some point we're gonna have. Yeah, she's rated C, right next to Edge.
No, there she is.
Between
Yes, you're
Edge and
excellent.
Waka.
So yeah, Ramza and Preesh are both decent characters who are going to have 35 CP weapons. So that's something to think about. Each of the 35 CP weapons are 35 CP weapons. So regardless of whether you want them for the character or you just want a 50 CP weapon to give to your other characters who you want to use for co-ops, that extra CP might be more useful than the stat boost. But again, I think you kind of have to decide what you're going to do. Do you want a lot of, do you want really, really good weapons with really, really good characters that are fully maxed out? Or do you want a whole bunch of like level 20, level 25 weapons that you can use for different co-op events and be okay? I think that's a valid strategy. I think you probably want kind of a little bit of both. You probably want 3 to 6 really top tier characters available for you, but then you want a good smattering of other gear. And the nice thing about these level 35 relics are at level 20, just having one of them instead of having them fully limit broken, a one of Tidus's new weapon is as good as 4 of any character's first weapon, right? Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it takes 4 versions of a weapon to get to 35 CP using these current weapons. With this new weapon, all you need is 1 copy of it. So drawing a few different versions of these 35 CP weapons to use on your different characters is probably not a bad idea either. So
Yeah, it
I
makes
think you
sense.
want to look. I think you want to look for the characters that are really good, the characters who have some different abilities, and you also want to be willing to kind of draw around depending on the things that you need in terms of, you don't need 6 different swords, but you might want 1 sword and 1 thrown weapon and 1 broadsword and 1 gun, that kind of stuff. So
Um,
yeah.
just we were talking a little earlier about the launch mechanic. I was asking, if it's random. MDart on Twitch linking me to the chase mechanic how it works. We're not gonna go through the entire article. I will, however, post it in the show notes because I believe it's very good reading about how it actually works in terms, of launching enemies and whatnot. So. There we go. I'll have that in the show notes. All right. Well, finally, draw of the week. Did you have anything? Did you see anything go by or anything worthy of mention in terms of draw of the week?
Well, one of the people that I follow was at Rosers 2. I believe they got a very good pull. 10,000 gems got me 3 35 CP weapons,
Holy cow!
and he got 4 for the used 4 stones to do the last limit break, and also pulled 4 of Tidus's 15 CP weapons from 15 tickets. So
It's
that's
seriously
a
that guy. Well, guy, girl. That person is a machine. I believe he's part of the Dissidia OO Discord server. But seriously, he's like he got past the 2 million points for Aiko really quickly, and I follow him on Twitter as well, and he's just chucking through content so quickly. It's intimidating to say the least. So.
yeah.
Oh, I was talking about Discord. I opened a Discord server for the Crystal Chronicles. So if that's your thing, want to join us there. Season 1, we had Slack thing going. The problem with Slack, they might have changed it, they might not. Is that it was an invite-only system, and it was kind of hard to manage that way. Discord really seems to be where the gamers are. So trying to be people of our own times, so giving Discord a chance. If that's your thing, you want to come hang out in their server, it's the Crystal Chronicles. The link is on the Crystal Chronicles website, and yeah, that's pretty much it for now. So yeah, I think we'll have that one wrapped within an hour, unless there's something else we forgot to talk about. But I think that's really about it. The Shiva event in the Elysian world ends in 8 days. That's March 28th. So make sure that you level up your Shivas and get all your orbs and everything like that. So, and I'm thankful to Mark for the reminder that there was something else in Shiva in there, because I would have missed out a lot of orbs for with all that stamina I'm no longer using to obtain those stupid 2 or 3 stars materials. So there we go. Anything else, Mark?
Well, that's it for me.
All right, then that'll be it for us. If you want to follow us, we're all over your social medias. We're on Facebook at the Crystal Chronicle. We're on Twitter at FFTCC Podcast. For all of our other links, you can just check on our website. That's tccpodcast.com. If you want to send us if you want to reach us in any kind of way whatsoever, you can either leave us a comment on YouTube if that's your thing. If not, you can send us an email at kupo@tccpodcast.com with correction, questions, and anything, and we'll make sure to address that right on our next episode. So thank you for being there. That was great, and we'll definitely see you next week. See ya.